It's been a fascinating first 10 picks of the NFL draft, and the Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland, the tight end out of Michigan, at number 10 overall, with Tyler Warren still on the board. We heard reports that some teams had Loveland higher than Warren on their board. That was not true for me. I do like Loveland. We're going to talk about him. But the Bears were clearly one of those teams. They go with what some people view as the higher ceiling play, and that's probably true in Colston Loveland. But I am a little surprised. Let's break down the pick here. Scouting report from our very own Tom Downey. Good athlete. Agree with that. He does work the seam really well. He's good after the catch, good contested catch, good catch radius guy as well. He's a fluid mover as a route runner. He's what I would call an average blocker, but I think he's got the frame and the ability to get better in that department, and that's certainly an area that he will have to get better in. Something I do like about Colston Loveland is the last 2 years, and especially last year, with just horrific quarterback play, still pretty productive, right? Almost 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. The year before, when he had a better quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, he averaged 14 yards per catch. So you see the big play ability when you watch him. He can high point the football. This is a Ben Johnson pick, clearly. He likes Colston Loveland more than Tyler Warren. I'm a little surprised because I think you can get more creative with Tyler Warren. But draft pundits and experts have said that Colston Loveland is a guy with a higher ceiling, that Colston Loveland is a guy as a pure tight end can probably do more things. And I got to think the Bears view him as a true weapon, not just like a pure tight end. So maybe they do view him as a guy you split out wide. So maybe some of his potential is untapped because of the way Michigan plays offensive football as a run-first team. He was their top target the last 2 years as a tight end. He's played in pro-style offenses under Jim Harbaugh, and I forget who their current head coach is now, but you get the point. Sharon Moore, thank you very much, producer Colin. This is intriguing. I think this is one of those where my initial reaction is I don't love it, but I like it enough where it's okay. I think the value at 10 is actually fine. Like if Warren was gone and they took Loveland here, I would have taken Loveland over Banks in this spot, I think. And Kelvin Banks, when I picked before, he was a player that the Bears had been linked to. So I am okay with it on that front. I think this is one of those where I don't think you need to blindly trust. You guys can fan how you want to fan. I think you have to trust the Ben Johnson process here. That's kind of how I'm taking this in. To me, this is Ben Johnson pick all day. He thinks he could be Sam Laporta, if not more. And Sam Laporta was an extreme difference maker in Detroit. And we know that Detroit's offenses ran the third most 12 personnel in the league last year. So you're going to see a lot of concepts with both Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland on the field. Wow, very, very interesting. Want to get your guys' reaction here. Raw off the top. A, B, C, D, or F. How would you grade the Colston Loveland pick? B-. Like, I would have taken Warren over him, and I'm not just going to change my mind and just toe the company line here with the Bears. I would have taken Warren. I'll go B-, C+, somewhere in that range. I'll say this, though. If he hits, he's got massive potential. He is a more fluid, natural receiving type of tight end than Tyler Warren. I just kind of thought, and just putting my brain of the creativity together, I thought Ben Johnson would have preferred Warren. And I was wrong. So that's very, very interesting. Okay, more analysis to come here on the Colston Loveland pick. I kind of want to map out the first 10 picks as well, how we got to that point. So we'll do that, and then we'll look ahead to what the Bears could do later. But listen, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be live for all 7 rounds. We're live right now. If you're not watching us live, come join our live stream, reacting to every pick, not just the Bears picks. Deep analysis of the Bears picks in particular, NFC North ones as well. We'll interact with the live chat, giveaway, raffle opportunities. Subscribe, join us all 7 rounds, all 3 days, including Sunday, which would be day 4 for some UDFA coverage. Let's hear what, excuse me, one of the best draft analysts in the game, Dane Brugler, thinks of Colston Loveland. He said, Loveland doesn't have the skill set for full-time inline responsibilities, but his dynamic movements, natural hands, and football awareness should make him one of the primary targets in an NFL offense. Tools and upside are reminiscent of Zach Ertz. So you think of like a peak Zach Ertz in Philadelphia, right? And by the way, he's still going strong at 34, 35 years old in Washington. Like if he becomes Zach Ertz, it's like, okay, that's a pretty good pick. Can he become more? If he doesn't reach Zach Ertz, was that worth the top 10 pick? I'm not so sure. I think in this draft, you could justify it. It's not as good at the top. I still would have gone Warren, like I said. But now you look at this and you have kind of a 1A, 1B, I think. Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, those are your two tight ends. So you go your two tight ends there. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze is your two receivers. DeAndre Swift, and I presume a running back on day 2. You'll have your kind of 6 weapons. 2 backs, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. And then obviously depth pieces beyond them. Let's map out how we got here. So it got interesting early, right? I mean, obviously Cam Ward, no surprise there. I think in terms of everyone who wanted Ashton Jeanty, things got out of whack when the Jags traded up. I think if they couldn't pull off that trade up with the Browns, they probably would have traded down to try and get Tet McMillan later, which would not have happened because he went 8 to Carolina. But Travis Hunter went in a trade up to Jacksonville, Abdul Carter to the Giants, Will Campbell to the Patriots, and then Cleveland, after trading down, took Mason Graham. They got a future first, too, so I think it's a pretty good trade for Cleveland. Ashton Jeanty, who a lot of us wanted, me included, but not all my eggs were in that basket because I knew he may not get to 10 or a trade may not happen. He went to the Raiders. Armin Mimbu went to the Jets. Tet McMillan to Carolina. Kelvin Banks to the Saints. And then Colston Loveland to the Bears. To me, I wanted either Tyler Warren or trade down based on how the board played out. They went with Colston Loveland. I don't hate it. To me, he's closer, like on my board, he was probably closer to like 15, so I don't think it's egregious. And I do think the ceiling argument versus now is valid, but he better be able to help you now. That's all I'll say. Because to me, I'm trying to win this year. I'm trying to be competitive immediately. He's recovering from a shoulder injury. He had a concussion last year, I believe, too. So, like, clearly they feel good about the medicals. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gone this route, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating to say the least. Okay, more to come, but first, we got to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show. That is Prize Picks. Another weapon for Caleb Williams. If you want to use Caleb Williams at a Prize Picks lineup this football season, you could do so. It's the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long with Prize Picks. That's right, you can turn $10 into $2,000 with certain lineups. The way it works is simple. Select 2 to 6 players, pick more or less on the projected stats, and place your entry. Regardless of sport, or if you want to cross over sports with your lineups, you can do so as long as it's at least 2 or more players on 2 or more different teams. Sign up today and use our promo code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play for just $5. Got to set a $5 lineup. You got season-long football stat projections out there, baseball, hockey for active sports right now, basketball as well. Code CLNS when you play for just $5. Doesn't matter if you win or lose that lineup. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. Link is in the live chat and in the comments and description of this video. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Get started today. Okay, a few more thoughts on Loveland, and then I want to look ahead here. Again, I don't think we should just blindly trust everything a team does, but do you trust Ben Johnson as an offensive mind? Because I do. If they take Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren, that means he has a vision for him. So I'm not just going to bury this pick. Again, I'm not going to give it an A+. I'm not going to pop champagne. Oh, this is who we wanted all along. But Colston Loveland's a good player. He's got a huge ceiling. I think his floor is relatively high as well. Maybe he can't help you as much in year 1 as Tyler Warren could have. But this is a guy they clearly think is going to help out this offense. Another weapon for Caleb Williams. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. And let's be honest, in the past, we've loved draft picks, right? We've given them A's. They don't all work out. It's, we'll see down the road. We'll see what happens. So Loveland the pick at 10. You look ahead here. You got 39 and 41 coming up tomorrow. Do they come back into the first round, get a left tackle, defensive lineman? They've got some ammunition to do that if they want to. For those wondering, Michael Williams went to the 49ers at 11 as we're filming this, so we'll see where things go from there. And then, of course, the Bears have their day 3 selections as well, 148, 233, and 240. I'll just give one more thought on Ashton Jeanty as well. I think they tried, guys. I think the Jags moving up threw things out of whack. I don't think Cleveland was going to double trade down. I think they wanted to get one of Graham, Carter, and Hunter, and they found a way to do it by trading down and getting a future first. And once the Jags were able to move up, they wanted Travis Hunter. And the Raiders were going to take Genty if he got there. That clearly ended up being the case. So it is what it is. I like the pick. Am I in love with it based on who was available? No, I'm not. I would have taken Tyler Warren, but it's close between those two guys. Different skill sets, and clearly the skill set Colston Loveland has is one that the Bears feel like they can get a lot out of as well. And before we sign off, Tyler Booker to the Cowboys at 12, so that's very interesting. But you look ahead now, running back day 2, try to get someone in the mix at that left tackle competition. Edge, DT, I think you'd address at least one of those spots, and linebacker, safety, a couple of positions to add on as well. All right, that's going to do it for this reaction. If you're watching live, we're staying live, so don't go anywhere. Who should the Bears draft next? And if you want them to trade back into the first round, let me know in the comments. I think there's a chance that could happen, so rock with us live. Don't forget to subscribe, and we got you covered throughout the 2025 NFL Draft. Bear down.